Hello dear friends, welcome back. Today we will talk about an issue that troubles many of us who handle images and maps in AutoCAD. We often face the problem that the map we have to use for georeference is in some way deformed, which means that the image is badly scanned or it is misshaped from its origin source, and as a result it cannot be georeferenced as correctly as needed. What we have to do then is to scale the image, and most times in only one axis, so as to achieve that the georeferenced image to be in the most correct coordinates possible. So to be clear to what I mean, let's see the following example. Here is a georeferenced image. It is a 1 to 5000 map of an area in Greece. These red points here and here are GPS measured points with high accuracy. This we take as granted that their coordinates are absolutely in the correct position. And now we notice that in the x-axis the distance from 1500 to 1000, these are Greek coordinates in meters, is 500 meters as it ought to be, as we see from the red points distance here. The problem is in the y-axis. The distance between these two red points, this and this, which I remind you are correctly measured points with GPS, is 500 meters exactly, 0.003 with dimension linear. That's how we measured it. But in the map, from this green point here, axis 11,000, till the green point here, axis 10,050, the distance is not 500 meters as it ought to be. It is, let's see how much it is, from here till here is 490 meters, 0.34. That means that our map is not scanned correctly, and it is transformed and deformed in its y-axis. So how can we achieve the best georeference in this specific map? What we need to do is to scale the georeferenced image in only y-axis, leaving the x-axis as it is. If we just try to scale the image with the original way, for example scale, select objects, all the image base point here to 0.8 for example, both x and y axis will be scaled. We do not want that. Let's do undo. We want only y axis to be scaled. How we achieve that? The trick is that we have to do the map a block. So let's make the map a block. We go to draw, block, make, we name the block, for example test 1, we pick a point that we want to be the base point. Let's put this point here, which is correct. We select the whole map. Okay again. Now the map is a block. Let's put it in layer 0 so as to can be seen better. Let's put it to back so as the points to be seen. So now if we go to the properties, PR, and we click in the boundaries of our image, we see that our image has become a block, and now we can edit and scale its y-axis only. How we can do that? From right here in the properties tab where it says scale y, we have to change this number, that is 1. But what do we have to put? Simply the quotient of the distance between the correct and GPS measured, the red points, and the distance in the map. I say again, the distance between the correct and GPS measured points with the red, 500.003, and the distance in the map from one green point to another. That means from 11,000 axis to 10,050 axis, which I remind you we found it was 490.34. The quotient is 1.01970, and that's the number we have to put in scale Y right here. So we put right here in the properties tab the quotient, which is 1.01970. We click enter, and now what? Now as we see, the axis is in the correct place. It is over the red point. This was with the green point, the old points, which are now not needed. And right here again, the red point is in the axis, and the green point was the former point, which is remained stable. So the map in the y-axis came to its correct position, wherein in the x-axis it remained unchangeable. Some small movements of the map are still needed so as to achieve to bring the georeferenced map in the most correct position. That can be done with align command, because with the method I mentioned, the map might have a slight rotation. But in all matters, the outcome and the result, it is much more correct than it was in the beginning, due to the badly scanned, deformed and misshaped map. That's all for today. Thank you very much.